What's up, guys? Okay, or what's up, LinkedIn? Okay, so for this video, I want to talk about managing different types of people and leading people. What is the difference between management and leadership, and how do you handle these people in the workplace? So for two things I want to establish. First off, managing is dealing with the interpersonal relationships between people and making sure things go accordingly. So a manager just deals with what happens with people, while leading people, on the other hand, is about people voluntarily following or listening to that person based either upon his merit, ability, or what he's capable of, he or she's capable of. And then also with the managing people, oftentimes that person is in a position of power that gives them their power. While a person who's a leader, they already have the merit and ability to attract other people to follow them. So those are the two distinctions I want to make. And how can we become a leader rather than a manager? Because you can still manage people even without a position, but how can we become a leader and deal with challenging types of personalities in our workplace, or even if we should become a boss? How do we get what we want? Basically, that's what we all want. We all want to get what we want. The other person wants to get what they want, but I want to get what I want more than they want to get what they want. So there's a big difference. I don't care what the other person wants. You never want to compromise. Okay, so as a manager, you're gonna find that typically they're very studious. They're very often one-sided, one-minded. They follow policies, procedures, rules, and regulations. They're very it's so common. I personally hate managers myself. I hate them, which is also my motivation to become my own boss. Invariably speaking, is just because so typically they're going to be detached from the relationship with the producer of production, which is their workers. The workers are more important than the manager. The manager is just there to scare the workers, basically. That's what they're there for. The manager, most people don't realize this, but managers are there to create job insecurity for the workers so that they work harder and for less pay. Not because they're valuable or have anything special about them. Actually, most managers don't have any tangible skills. They're mostly useless. They manage stuff and apparently they see the big picture and whatnot. But or oftentimes these people are maybe control type personalities. It can be very strict, demeaning, superiority complexes, etc. Whereas the leader, on the other hand, isn't so much concerned about maintaining his position. A true leader is a person, he doesn't care about managing people. He doesn't care about that. What he cares about, I care about, is following my mission in life. I want to follow my mission and what I want to do in life, not what other people want to do in life. I don't care about other people, and I don't care about their drama. Managers care about drama. They care about it because that enforces their purpose. So the problem with the manager is that they don't have an intrinsic purpose. Their mission is managing people. The leader's mission is his own internal mission. A manager's mission relies upon other people. So the manager is dependent of their purpose on the workers, the people of true value and true production. So that's pretty significant. So if your manager pulls you into your office, just realize he's not really that valuable. Not really. He has a couple board meetings. I mean, I've done board meetings myself. There's nothing special about it. It's just make you feel important. So So with the leader though, so if I want to be a leader and I don't want to be a manager, then you have to have a drive. You have to have a mission. You have to have a mission statement, something that you believe in. Believe in a cause, something that gets you up every day and says, I want to do this, not because I necessarily want to lead people, but because I believe in my mission. I believe in retribution. I believe in the fact that there needs to be justice in this world. So people shouldn't be allowed to get away with heinous things, legally speaking. So that's my mission, and I feel like those people should be punished. So having like a mission statement, and how do I follow that mission statement? What are the concrete steps in which I can take? What is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 steps? So if you have all that out and your overarching mission is an idealism, then you follow that, and by following that, then you're able to rally yourself and rally your followers, because they're gonna follow you because they know you're not relying on them for your purpose. You're relying on yourself for your purpose. You are your own purpose, with or without the follower. It doesn't matter. I just want to get my message out there. That's what you need to do. What is your message? How do you get it out there? And once you have those followers, they're going to empower you because they believe in you. They believe in you because you believe in yourself. Believe in yourself first, and they will believe in you, and they will amplify you, and they will build you up. That's the purpose of followers. They're supposed to build you up. You build them up. That's what leaders do. You build up other people, and you make other leaders. It's not all about you. Well, it isn't. It isn't. So you have to build up that future generation as well. So if you're dealing with these manager type characters and they want to control you and they want to do all these things, you just need to realize, first off, they depend on you for their work. They depend on you for their work. You're more valuable than them. You just don't realize it. They're there to make you feel scared and unimportant and weak, because that's their purpose. So you work harder. Okay, so we've established the differences between a leader and a manager, and just kind of how can we deal with that manager as a leader ourselves. So we need to understand that manager might not be the most interpersonal person in the world. They might not be the smartest person in the world or the most competent person in the world. So typically if they're toxic and you're not able to resolve the situation effectively or accordingly, then the best thing to do is to get a transfer from the department or go somewhere else or just quit the job. I mean, I wouldn't really recommend making it work, because more than 99% of the time it won't work, because a manager needs to feed their own importance, because they know they're not important, if that makes sense. So you might resolve that issue, but they'll make another issue at some point in the future for some reason, somehow, in some shape. That's the same thing with the supervisor, really. There's nothing intrinsically special about it. So we have the manager personality, and then we have, so now I'm going to, as a leader, how do we manage people in the workplace as a leader? Because you still have to manage people to secure yourself once you have your followers. So I'm not saying you don't manage. You manage, but you don't manage. You first lead, then manage. Two different things. A manager just manages. They're never leaders because they weren't a leader to begin with. Okay? So as a leader, you have to deal with these types of personalities. You have the manager, and then you have the challenger. Typically, these are the people that will be questioning you. They'll make questions. They'll challenge your position. They'll be like, is this guy serious? Like, as you know what he's talking about. There's a lot of different personalities. You have the Joker type personality. This guy, he wants to get sidetracked a lot. He makes a lot of jokes. He's not very serious all the time. That's another personality who can delay your goal. And then you have I call them the ambitious ones. These ones are basically younger you, and so this one's harder because they can take your position. So you need to figure out to neutralize them or give them a new position and build them up. But obviously where I'm getting at with this is that as a leader, you're going to deal with many different types of personalities, and you need to be able to handle every single personality. As a leader, they will follow you, but only to the extent by which you can manage their personalities. Because if you let them affect you, then you're being distracted. You must not be distracted and affected. A leader must be single-minded and focused. You have to be single-minded to the dot. Okay? So, with every type of personality, you need to figure out what are their strengths, what are those weaknesses. Like with the manager, I understand that a manager personality or a manager position relies upon the customers to feel important and to feel big and special. So how do I deal with that? Well, I deal with that by communicating more effectively, talking it out with the higher ups, or just making sure that the relationship is good. If it's not salvageable, it's a toxic person, then maybe avoid them. If it's not possible, then leave. Okay, so if you have a questioning personality, someone who will question you, these people are here meant to make you stronger. They're meant to prove your competence. You need to prove your competence. You need to prove that. So you demonstrate it over and over and over. You show I have the ability, and that's what allows me to follow my mission. So all they're there for is to affirm you. The ambitious ones are basically the ones to challenge you. They need to challenge you, because if you're not fit for the mission anymore, then they will replace you. Because the leaders are now the followers are now committed to your mission, and they invested time into it. So you better follow through on it. But you'll notice that every single one of these people, personalities, serves a purpose to you growing as a person in some fashion, or they serve a purpose. Respond to it. Don't be reactive. Respond. Break it down into systematic steps and understand how can we approach this situation. What is the most effective way of doing it? Do not react. Be emotionless. Be stoic. What else? I mean, you have a lot of different personality types. People that will challenge you. I mean, if you're say even a lower down, and you're gonna have the other person, I call them the fire ones. They'll want to get you fired, or because either they want to get your position. So these are called the softie. The softies are the fire downs, whatever you want to call them. I don't have a name for them. But these people, what they want to do is they'll be nice to you for a while, soften you up to identify your weaknesses. And when they do, they will take advantage of it, and they will spread that around. Then there's the gossipers. Those ones will spread stuff like crazy. So, but again though, you have to figure out how can we neutralize every single one of these people, and how can we deal with them accordingly. Okay? Now, if it's the scenario in which you're not, as a leader, you're not able to deal with some of these followers, then those followers aren't for you. You need to do something else, okay? Because it's not worth your time. Ultimately, your mission is the only thing that matters. That other stuff, that stuff probably doesn't matter. So you need to focus on your mission and you. You're not always going to have time to deal with these people. But the point to realize is that in all of our workplaces, in all of our lives, in our families, there's different personalities, and we're not the same. We're all different. So to deal with that, we need to understand these personalities and how to handle them accordingly. If not, then you will lose control. Control is everything. Control is paramount to all success, even with people. So I hope this video was helpful. Thank you.